Hi, I'm Will from Tested.
I'm Norm from Tested.
I'm Gary. Not from Tested, but kinda.
You're kind of from Tested. We are here right now because it is the end of the year. A lot of people are getting iPhones and iPod Touches, and we love apps.
Yeah.
Apps are fantastic. So we have a list of our favorite essential iPhone apps.
You should go get right now.
Essential.
What we have are about 15, 16 of what we think are the best apps for the iPhones. Not maybe the best ones for us, but the ones that should really be on every iPhone.
Right.
Fair
And some
assessment?
of these are free.
Some of them are
Some
free.
are paid. And we're omitting, let's get it out of the way, we're omitting the apps that a lot of people have that we don't think are necessarily essential.
Like Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Sure, you're going to get on Facebook. You're going to get Facebook. We're not going to recommend it to you.
It's not very. Facebook should be better.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Facebook app. It's just a shame that the official Facebook app is not very good.
So
Let's get started.
Yeah, and we also left out stuff like flashlight and kind of single-serving gadgets that are while useful are not essential for most people, I think. So first thing on the list right here, Tweetbot. Do you guys use the official Twitter client still, or are you
I do.
using Tweetbot? I have switched to Tweetbot now.
So Twitter changed their official client recently.
Yeah, they fucked it up pretty bad.
It's kind of controversial. They kind of combined all their mentions and interaction stuff into one tab and added this new discovery tab, which I don't even know, still don't know what it does. So people are actually flying to other Twitter apps. This is a very popular one, Tweetbot. What's good about it?
So basically, this is the last of the old school Twitter clients, right? It works the same way that Twitter, the official Twitter app, Tweety, all of those kind of clients works. It works with the modern OAuth stuff, so it works with the it's easy to set up.
I like this. It looks nice and clean. It actually doesn't look that different from the official Twitter app.
No, it's a good implementation of Twitter, basically. There's nothing fancy about it. It does hook into the new iOS 5 Twitter level stuff, so you can actually see, you don't have to type in your username and password. It says, hey, do you want to pull this from iOS? And you can do that. And the other stuff that I like is some of the small stuff. Like, I love this new tweet bar that's in the middle of the screen here. Mm-hmm. So when you come back, instead of just having a gap or something that you don't know, it says, hey, look, you've had one new thing since the last time you were here. You're
cool.
on Twitter too much. Right?
How about managing multiple accounts?
It supports multiple accounts. It's you can add as many as you want. I only have one set up right now because that's mainly what I use from the phone. You can see things like your favorite lists. Search is fully functional. I think you can hold these down and get some different options. Like you can see lists.
Yeah, you have a saved search for me.
Yeah, I have a saved search for you.
That's kind of creepy, yeah.
I didn't know I was saving it when I set it up, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I suppose I could just do that, but at this point, I like to see what people say to you because you don't respond to people on Twitter.
So is this a free app or paid?
This is paid. It's just a few bucks. It's worth the money, especially if you don't like the new Twitter app. Of course, if you find the new Twitter app okay, then that's fine.
Is this
Just
really
keep
so
using
much
it.
better than the official Twitter app that it's worth paying for? Then?
I like it much better than the official Twitter app.
Okay.
I had already paid for it. If your Twitter use predates the initial, then probably you're good. Let's go on to the next app. Instacast. Do you guys listen to podcasts?
Yeah, all the time, especially our podcast.
Yeah, I listen to it all the time. 108 episodes worth. Instacast is basically a thing that replaces iTunes for downloading and managing podcasts. So if you want to add a podcast, like for example, This Week in Tech, let's shout out for Leo here.
Yeah, so you can, built into the iPhone 4S, built into iOS 5, is the ability to subscribe to podcasts using the iTunes app, but I wouldn't even say it's good enough.
It's terrible because you
really
can't.
bad.
It streams over 3G. It loses your place. You can't actually download the podcast when you're over 3G. It's not a good experience all around.
So this is much better than just using the inbuilt music app on the iPhone. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. So the way this works is you tell it which podcast you like, and it will actually look at the music app. You can set it to do that. I don't have anything in there right now. But you can go down here and say, hey, look in the music app and see what podcasts are in there. And it'll pull the URLs from there and then automatically subscribe you to that stuff. It's really, really good. It syncs your settings and positions, and I think even the podcasts themselves through your iCloud account if you want.
This is cool.
And it's a great way to manage podcasts, especially, like I listen to a ton of podcasts because I spend a fair amount of time in the car. This means that basically I just go here when I want to listen to something and I start whatever I'm listening to, and it'll stream.
Or on the bottom,
Yeah.
you can click, you can download and store it locally.
I'm not
and
gonna-
it will also work for video podcasts. as well. So that icon lets you download
Yeah,
it.
so see now it's downloading. And you can also set it to use push notifications to notify you when there are new episodes so that it'll just download it without you having to think about it,
Is
which
this
is even
free
better.
or paid?
Most of these are paid. This one is paid as well. It varies in price because they do sales fairly regularly. What it is right now may change, but it's if you listen to podcasts, like I listen to podcasts, it is well worth
The
money.
podcasts themselves are free, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you don't pay for the podcast. And it doesn't support like iTunes-specific paid podcasts. Definitely an essential app for podcast listeners.
I like it. I might get that for myself.
Dropbox.
Talk about essential. You gotta have
yeah.
Dropbox.
Oh yeah. Well, and the nice thing about this is it doesn't store all these files on your phone, but it does let you pull down things that you want. I don't actually have favorites on this phone because I just wiped the phone a few weeks ago. But say I back up all my Amazon MP3s in here. I'm going to make this a favorite. I don't know that I can do that.
So if you don't know what Dropbox is, it's cloud storage. It runs on your desktop. It runs, and now there's the mobile apps. There are a bunch of competitors out there: SkyDrive, Box.net, SugarSync, and stuff like that. We like Dropbox. They offer 2 gigs of free storage for all new users. This is a free app, and like Will said, it doesn't actually download the files locally unless you choose to.
Yes.
And it'll actually play MP3 files. It'll open zip files. It'll do all sorts of stuff, and it's just a good way to access your cloud storage files.
The other thing that's great is you can actually upload photos to Dropbox using this guy right here. So I'm going to take this lovely picture that I took of Chloe Bananas with her tongue hanging out. I'm going to upload it to the internet right now, and it'll be my Dropbox and be there so that I can use it on my PC or whatever. It's a fantastic app. If you're already using Dropbox, then you probably already know about this. If you aren't already using Dropbox, then you should, because it is a very good service.
2 gigs for free, right? And you can get more if you pay?
Yeah, and you can also get more for referring your friends. So
Yeah, I'm up to 2.8 gigs
There
from
you go.
various referrals.
Yeah.
What a great app. I love it. I use this a lot.
this next recommendation isn't for Routzy, this particular app, which I think is great if you live in the Bay Area, but most major cities have transit apps. So if you ride the bus or the train, or if you're in some sort of amazing wonderland where you have hovercraft that you can ride to work, or ferries or whatever, then this will give you commute information. So this tells me that there's a train coming to Embarcadero Station, which it recognizes as the closest station to me that I have favorited, and it's going to Colma in 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 17 minutes, and 25 minutes. So that tells me that, okay, if I'm leaving right now, maybe I can barely make that one that's in 9 minutes.
So this is
from
for the
here.
Bay Area, but wherever you are, there's probably a local
Yeah,
equivalent of this.
Braga, there's ones for Toronto, Chicago, New York, Boston, London. Just get in the App Store and start looking for things like your city name and the name of your muni or municipal rail system or
If
whatever.
you take public transportation, it's really
So
essential.
when you're stuck at the bus stop,
Yeah.
you can easily see when the next bus is coming.
Yeah, so this app is, or if you're getting ready to leave your house, you cannot leave until you're timed right to actually hit the bus that you want. This app is called Routzy. This is a San Francisco one. I've used a bunch of these. This is definitely my favorite.
Wow. It's actually pretty convenient.
this-
Right now, I bookmark 2 web pages in Safari and I refresh that. I should probably start using this.
So this is really good. I basically just hit the button as I'm getting ready to get in the car in the morning to go to the train station, and I know exactly where I'm going. And
Can it
it'll
send
even
you
give
push notifications?
I don't know if it sends push notifications, but it does have Muni BART and I think Caltrain as well, and maybe AC Transit. I don't think it does Oakland and Samtrans, but I don't know if they provide that information. Basically just look for these apps in your area, especially if you ride
It'll
public
be great when you
transportation.
actually can buy tickets and things on these things.
Yeah, exactly. If you have listened to Tested for a long time, you know that we love Instapaper. It is, I think, probably my all-time favorite iPhone app at this point.
Yeah, third-party iPhone app.
Real high on the list.
Super well designed. This latest version for both the iPhone and the iPad is just really, really well thought out. I mean, the guy, Marco Arment, who's designed this, put so much thought into what essentially is just a reading application.
So explain
Yeah.
to me basically how this works.
So the short version of this is that you go to a web page, you have a bookmarklet installed in your browser, or you can be in a Twitter client or something like that. You see a link that you want to read, you don't have time to read it right now. You hit the button that says Instapaper or whatever your bookmarklet is, and it will scrape that page, import it into Instapaper, and then cache it locally on the phone so that the next time you have time to read that stuff, you can see this. I use this for a recipe, right? That's a little bit of a novel use, I guess. But you can do all sorts of other stuff. Like here's the iPhone 4S review.
So I
from
have
Tested.
to install other little things on my web browser and stuff to make this work.
It's super easy to install a
Yeah.
bookmarklet. You can do it both on your Twitter client in a desktop web browser or even the mobile web browser. Really easy. It does take out the formatting, but you're still supporting a web page because you have to hit the web page first
To do the
bookmark it.
Instapaper, yeah.
To bookmark it, yes. And also my favorite is the editor's picks. It pulls from a website where you can get the these really nice long-form stories, and it's a great read for public transportation.
And the nice thing is he's updated the editor's picks now, so it does actually load the page, so they get credit for the page view.
Now, since
before you
iOS
add it to your
5 added
queue.
its own offline reader mode, has that eaten into Instapaper's essentiality very much?
A little bit. The iOS 5 one doesn't work offline, though, so it doesn't cache the files locally. This does do that. And also, Instapaper is much better about grabbing like the full page view, so you don't get into a situation where you read the first half of the article and then you're like, get to the bottom, it's like, oh shit, page 2, I didn't grab that, so I'm completely boned.
It's very clean. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
there's great little UI elements like on the scroll bar on the side. All the features are really well thought out. I mean, a lot of people use it so you can feedback and just improve the app over time.
The nice thing, you can change all the view options just like you can with the Kindle app or something like that. So you can do a dark background if you want to do that. You can change font sizes and brightness and all that stuff. It's a phenomenal app and definitely worth the few bucks it costs to support. There are a few new options. There's a search that is I think an in-app subscription. You pay like $3 for 3 months or something like that. I don't find that that's absolutely necessary, but you can use this for all sorts of novel things. Like I use it for recipes. It's fantastic for recipes. You mash the button on the web page for the recipe you want. You have it forever. I can't recommend it enough. Speaking of reading, the Kindle app.
Now, we were talking about essentials. Why not just iBooks on your iPhone?
Because iBooks doesn't work on Android and Windows Phone and my PC and everything else.
Or indeed the Kindle.
Yeah, or indeed the Kindle, exactly. Kindle is a platform. I mean, I know that Amazon makes devices. It's a fantastic way to read books. This is not as fully featured as the new Kindle clients on the dedicated devices.
Oh, look at me. I'm Will
But
Smith.
they
I
did,
read a
but
lot
they
of
did
books.
just update the Kindle
What, do you not read?
iPhone app
Illiterate?
and made it better.
The Kindle iPhone
they
app,
keep improving it.
It's always been good. I have no problem. And the thing that I like about this best of all is that you can adjust the brightness so that you can use it in the wee hours of the morning.
Yes.
And this is independent of your iPhone's brightness.
Exactly. And the other thing that's great is, of course, it syncs your position in the book across multiple devices. So if you grab a book, I'm not in the middle of reading a Kindle book right now, which is unusual for me. But if I grab something, here, let's go to Reading D, because that is something I'm reading. It will sync and it'll say, oh, hey, your current location is here. Do you want to pick that up? And it'll take you to the page that you were currently on. So when you go from the house to the train or whatever, you can basically whip out your phone and have your book anywhere.
That's one of my favorite features. You know, read it on your Kindle, go home, pick up your iPhone, and it's right where you left off.
It is magical.
Only thing you can't do is buy books from this app.
No, that is a bit of a bummer, but thanks, Apple, for your bad policies.
It'll direct you to the web page, right?
It does not anymore.
Oh, really?
And I don't think you can actually buy books from Safari in the web page even
Apple,
anymore.
those bastards.
Yeah. Flipboard.
More reading.
I just discovered this recently. I like Flipboard.
So what Flipboard, Flipboard does a bunch of things. There's some curated staff picks for articles that they think are interesting or photos or whatever. The iPhone version of this is brand new. It came out a couple of weeks ago. It quickly made it into my frequent rotation. And you can see what it does is it'll scrape your social media feeds and pull out all the stories with links so that you can see the stuff that people have shared with you that maybe you didn't see because, you know, Twitter, if you have 200 people that you're following on Twitter, it gets out of hand really, really quickly.
Yeah. And it's not just links to stories, it's also images and
And
photos.
it
and stuff.
presents it in a very nice, you know, kind of designed way. I like
Yeah.
that.
And then when you see something that does have a link, you can you know, tap in and see the full thing in kind of an Instapapery way. And of course, I think Flipboard even supports no, it doesn't anymore. I thought it did. Never mind.
But once you plug your Twitter and your Facebook accounts into this,
It's basically
it curates all those links in an attractive way, which I like.
It's basically personalized news. I don't use this every day. What I do use this for is Sunday morning when I'm sitting there reading a cup of coffee, when I would traditionally have read the newspaper, but I don't get the newspaper anymore, and it's kind of like a personalized newspaper.
And what you can, and it's not just your Twitter, your social feeds. You can say I'm interested in news,
Yeah.
sports, showbiz,
course.
and it will also find those from popular, you know, news sources and curate those for you.
So,
as well.
like, if you care about technology, as I do, it'll pull from top technology sites around
Right.
the web, and you can
Right.
see the same.
and just the
same
flipping thing. It's just you know, it's fun, it's nice, it's a nice
really
way
well
to look
designed.
at the
I think
news.
it's better than like Apple's own Daily as a digest.
I think it's much better than the Daily, yes. Password management is one of the great problems for nerds in the 21st century. Agree, disagree?
Agreed.
Great.
Yep.
Your brain can only remember so many passwords.
And this is a great solution. I love 1Password.
Yeah, one password is it's not the easiest way to necessarily manage passwords, but I think it's very secure. What it is basically is a desktop, mobile, Mac, PC, iOS, Android. It's available all over the place. And basically what it does is you type in your password and it saves them, and then it syncs that up to a Dropbox file, which is encrypted, and you can put in an enormous password on the Dropbox file, and then it will like auto-generate passwords for new sites. So I'm going to make a password right now. Boy, that is an excellent password. I'm never ever going to remember that, but I'm going to save it, and I'm going to say it's for cake. And then it will always be my app. Now the iOS app, while I think it's essential, isn't probably the best example of the app, because iOS doesn't have hooks at the low level so that it can automatically fill this stuff. You have to launch the app, grab the password, copy and paste it into the app, which is a little bit of a bummer, but better than leaving your passwords out.
It basically allows you to escape from that very dangerous situation where you've got one or two simple passwords for all your sites. So if one is compromised, they all are. You can generate very complicated, unique passwords for every place that you go, and just feel much better about your online security.
So this works best when paired with the desktop apps. I think it's like $100 for 5 licenses of the Mac and PC versions, so you can share it with a spouse or loved one or whatever. The app itself is $15 for the universal app or $10 for the iPhone only app. If you're planning on using this on iPad, it is really important that you get the universal app, because you'll end up paying $25 instead of $15 if you screw this up. But it'll sync either over Wi-Fi with the desktop app or just through Dropbox, so you don't have to think about it. That means your passwords are always backed up. There's very low chance of losing everything and being completely boned, which also is really important when you're talking about putting like 40 character passwords on your
it's very
commonly
secure.
used services.
And also, this app itself.
Like, who's ever going to guess that password? Look at that.
Is password protected using numeric keys.
Yeah, so you can password protect with a strong password or with a 4-character code. I do the 4-character code because if somebody gets my phone, I'm pretty much fucked anyway. I like to eat out.
Really?
Do you
Dude,
guys?
too much information.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to put my password in here. What OpenTable is a way to find and reserve tables without having to talk to a human being, which I do not like doing.
I don't like talking to humans. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah. So what this will do is you can look at restaurants and you can go to specific restaurants. So you can. I just hit near me.
Wow, Will, $4 signs.
I know. Well, so I like Kakari. Norm, have you been to Kakari?
No, I have not.
That's
Might
great
give
Greek
you-
food. It's right around the corner from here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic restaurant. So what you can do is say, okay, I want to find a table here, and it tells you when you tell it when you want to go eat and how many people are coming with you, and then you can actually just book the table right there, which is pretty rad.
It's great. And as a great companion app to this, we're not including it, but I would also recommend Grubhub, which is basically like this, but for places that deliver and do takeout.
So ordering.
If you prefer to order in and not leave the house at all, which is, again, more my speed, Grubhub is the great counterpart.
We could have
Both
10 people.
promote not communicating with people.
Yeah, no talking. I'm not going to sign in right now. OpenTable, if you eat out a lot, it is rad. It is magical when somebody says, hey, let's go get dinner, and you say, I'm going to get a reservation right now. And
I am going to get this
show up
right
to the
now.
restaurant and it's a 90-minute wait, and you look like a chump.
yeah,
I love
that's
this app.
awful.
I'm going to order this right now. OpenTable.
The other side of OpenTable is Yelp. Yelp is reviews for businesses and restaurants.
Although you really mostly use it for restaurants, because that's where all the reviews are.
Kind of surprised that Yelp isn't integrated into OpenTable.
It is on the website, but it is not on the app.
I bookmark places I like. That's my favorite thing, is so I never forget where something awesome is.
Are you
I
a pro
bookmark
Yelper?
it.
Are you that
I'm not
guy?
a pro. I know pro Yelpers. I am a strictly amateur Yelper. But the nice thing about this is, you can sort by nearby. It does the monocle thing, which is a little bit weird, I think, but it'll do like an augmented reality dealy. We're in a basement, so this may or may not work. And look, we can see
Oh, my
Grumpy's
goodness.
is right
Through the wall.
there through the DVD wall. And we'll go look at the reviews for Grumpy's, and there they are.
I would say that's accurate.
It's,
I didn't know
yeah.
they had put in the augmented reality stuff. That's great.
Yeah, it used to be an Easter egg, and now it's just in there, and it's called Monocle. So if you're in the listing and you hit Monocle, it'll kind of tell you which direction to walk.
I thought that was something that only existed in TV commercials.
No, it's a real thing. Augmented reality. It was happening a year and a half ago.
And of course, Yelp will let you know about. I find it most useful letting me know when the restaurants I frequent are open.
Oh, that is actually a really good tip. Yeah. So you can even search when you're searching. You can even hold on. Let me go back to search. You can even filter by stuff that's open now.
Yes, very important for late
Dollar
night
sign, how far it
software.
is. maybe 6 blocks. And we want, let's see, do we want best match, distance, or highest rated? I believe in excellence. Here we go. Boom, Fog City Market right there. It's highest rated. It's delicious. You can check in if you believe in Foursquare and all that nonsense, which I do not, but this is a great app.
I like it.
It's like having a personal concierge. I don't really take that many pictures because I would have to leave the house. That's my leg.
Yeah, nice thigh
Yeah, hey.
there.
I'm going to take a picture of Norman Chan. Hello, Norm. Why is Camera Plus awesome?
So Camera Plus is a replacement for the camera app on your iPhone. It's really nice in that you can not only tap the focus, but drag to focus. Like, well, you can drag your finger around, and if you hit that little plus button, you can actually separate where your focus is from the
Oh my
exposure.
goodness.
So
That's
you
magical.
can white balance and exposure, and like on different phones, there are a lot of different settings you have for exposure stuff. But I like that this is touch integrated. There's timers and like sequential photos and an editor built in. But I think the best part of this app is the drag to focus and drag for exposure. It's really cool. I've used it right now to replace my main camera app, and also you don't have to actually put photos in your photo stream. You can curate that too if you don't want stuff synced up.
Very
This is
cool.
a very popular app.
And it's 99 cents. Like, you can't go wrong with this if you feel like the default camera app is not good enough for your photo taking needs. Does this have zoom, Norm?
It has digital zoom on the
Oh,
right side.
yuck. Does it have sweet filters?
Yep.
So you can add like hipstamatic style filters to this?
Oh my God.
Whoa, it's all the way in.
Oh my God, Inception.
Wow. That's it. Camera Plus, you should buy this. It's really good. Now, the evil side of Camera Plus.
Hey, look, I took that earlier today.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's a,
Oh, the
seems like a Guido
size.
picture. You love
Here's Norm Kryptonite.
Gary loves Instagram.
This is Apple's app of the year. The best app this
Yes.
year. It is not only a photo taking app, but it is a photo
This
filter
is a
app.
sensation.
Look,
Everyone but
look at all
Norm
those
loves
filters.
this.
I can make it look like a terrible Russian camera from the 60s.
Yes.
Or I could make it look like it was taken in the 70s and the yellow dye has faded, or blue dye has faded, I guess. Oh, look,
that's very old
It's
school,
even
see?
worse film. Look, it's black and white. It's on Walden Pond.
And if you hit that little teardrop thing, you can obviously add borders. Or
Does that make you look like you've been in
borders.
prison?
You can do fake bokeh with
my
with depth
God.
of field.
And now there's tilt
if
shift,
you
right,
kill- if
as
you
well.
That's called tilt shift. So if you hit the center circle one, you can actually pinch to expand the depth of field. So now, look, Gary's in
look,
focus.
Gary's all soft focus.
Well, Will, you're a
I
professional
love
photographer.
this app. Norm, what is your problem with Instagram?
Look, it makes Will look like he's a professional
I
photographer.
am a professional
when
photographer.
You are clearly not.
I would like to tilt shift. Can I tilt shift?
Yeah, I think you just did.
I think that is a focus, and you can add captions and
Gary.
share it to Twitter and Facebook. And
Yeah,
the
why
tricky
not?
thing is the only way really to view Instagram photos is either through the app or on the Instagram website.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no way to browse
But
them.
once,
so
but people who are your friends, you
Yes.
can go
In
in the
your
app
feed.
and view pictures that they've taken.
You can also look at popular pictures too.
they are terrible.
Are they
universally?
Really? Is
Yes.
this like the anti 500px?
Yes, absolutely.
Look at how awesome that dude is
That is
skateboarding.
awesome.
I don't think someone took that with an iPhone.
And it's worth remembering that Instagram will also save out the original version of the picture,
Yeah.
so you're not just stuck with the hipster version.
This is the most important thing to know. You have to go into
Your actual settings app.
Yeah, the settings
not
app.
Instagram.
But make sure you save the original version so you don't have just the
Or you
Yeah.
can
the
import
janked
a
up
photo
one.
from your photo stream into Instagram, and then.
I feel like we just did this.
Yes, we just did this.
Okay.
It is this year's most popular app.
Yes.
4 million plus people are using it.
Yes.
Go ahead and join the masses.
Yeah. All the cool kids are doing it. Why not you?
And add Norm as a friend, because he's on there, no matter what he
Yeah.
says.
And Chan. Shazam! I'm not going to tag because if I do that, it
You
breaks
turn
the
into a
airplay streaming.
superhero.
Yeah. Well, I'm Billy Batson right now, right?
Yeah, so-
aren't I a 98-pound weakling or something?
This is an amazing service.
Now,
and app.
they
It's-
call this Shazam because it really is like magic.
Yes. What it is song tagging. So if you hear a song in a restaurant, a bar,
The
a
radio.
club, on the radio, it's right. You can tag it, and it will recognize based on a sound clip that it samples what song it is.
It's
You can bookmark
amazing.
it, and then buy the song.
Does it recognize Allman Brothers?
I'm sure it does.
It recognizes almost anything.
Can we test this?
No, if we test it, it drops the airplay, so then the
Oh,
video
okay.
dies. So
you have to trust us. It
But
works very well.
You hear a song on the radio, you want to know what it is, you press the button, it listens to about 10-second sample of the song, uploads that to the server, and comes back with a result, tells you what the song is.
Yeah.
And there are buttons to buy the song right there.
is this like
It's amazing.
Pandora, where it always ends up being the Strokes eventually?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it also works with TV commercials now. So if you see a commercial that you want to know more about, you can hit that. I don't think that's a particularly valuable service, but the music thing is pretty cool.
I like that they made it just one big button because, oftentimes you've only got a few seconds to hear a song and, you want to just find that button right away.
The other thing that we just found out right now is that you can actually have the microphone just on by default when you launch the app, so you don't even have to press the button anymore.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so then you could conceivably, if Siri could ever launch apps, you could mash the Siri button and just yell, Shazam! And then it tells you what the song is.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Really amazing.
Shazam! How do you guys like shopping? Do you like to go to stores and like scan barcodes and find out what the best deal is, or do you just go by the retail price?
I like getting deals.
Take my money.
So this is Shop Savvy. This is something Gary, your significant other, pointed out to us.
Yeah, she loves this app, and I've become a convert as well. You scan a barcode, you're in a store.
Yeah, I just did that.
You think, should I buy it here, or maybe I could find it cheaper somewhere else?
It immediately knows that this is a Nintendo 3DS, flame red.
Right, from the barcode.
It is a Nintendo 3DS, flame red.
And it instantly tells you all the places you can find it online, and even where, based on your location, where you could go to another store and find it cheaper.
140?
Yeah.
Oh, used.
And then when the prices are in the little blue boxes like that, that means you can buy it right. You can put your credit card information into the app and buy it right from the app.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now, is this just barcodes, or will it also take pictures of items?
This is just barcodes, it seems like.
The Amazon shopping app will let you take pictures, but this will let you scan a barcode or a QR code.
Oh,
So there you
stupid
go.
QR codes.
So click on
hey.
click on local stores.
This is pretty cool too. This uses the online shopping sites. Like it goes to their website, scrapes it, and sees.
So this will tell you, like, maybe there's a brick and mortar place around the corner if you want to get it right now that will offer you a cheaper price.
Yeah, so I could go to Oakland and get it right now. It's $50 in stock.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
This is a great app.
It even has the phone number if you want to talk to a human being. I don't ever
Who would
want to do
that?
Yeah.
But look, they have the price matching policy. This seems like something an extreme couponer would use.
Oh yeah. So click on map and it'll give you it'll drop pins in all the places that are nearby.
Where's the map?
Go back one. Map.
Oh, cool.
And there you go. Those are all the stores.
Look at all those
close to
stores.
your location where you can go buy the
We're
product.
the green dot, and here's some. We could buy it right here at Radio Shack.
Yeah.
How fantastic.
What an age we live in. It's amazing,
This
isn't
is
it?
magic.
Yeah.
And of course, it also keeps track of your history. So if you want to see,
Yeah. You can create a whole shopping list and go get this stuff later.
It also has some other nearby deal stuff. I feel like that's a little bit less valuable, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And if you, like you said, if you put your information in, it'll just purchase it on the fly for you.
Right.
Music. I like music. Do you like music, guys?
Love music.
So Rdio is the music app I happen to use on the phone. Spotify, Pandora, Mog, iHeartRadio. There's so many others. Pick the one that you like. We've done some stories about which one's best for how you listen to music. Rdio costs, I think, $10 a month with the mobile app. You can get a family account for like 15 or 17 or something like that.
Yes. So I've actually taken to using Rdio or Spotify, in my case, in place of syncing songs over on my iPhone.
Yeah, I do the same thing. You can actually, the neat thing about Spotify, so Pandora is basically like a kind of personalized smart radio station and will let you drill down into specific, like you can skip songs you don't want to hear, but you don't really have control over what
But
comes up
Pandora
next.
is just like a customized radio station, whereas Rdio and Spotify actually let you put the specific songs and albums that you like on your phone.
Well, so Rdio lets you put songs on your phone that they have in their service. You can't add like Led Zeppelin or something that they don't have access to. Spotify will actually let you upload stuff that they don't have rights to.
For example, they don't have
into
rights
your
to
cache.
Arcade Fire, but they know it's in my iTunes database.
Yeah.
So it will upload it and let me
But
download
this
that.
is kind of like having a Zune Pass, right? You can get all the latest releases.
Kind of. This is a little bit more social than a Zoom Pass. So the thing I like about Rdio specifically is that it knows which of my friends I like the music, their taste in music. And then, like this screen right here is stuff that other people have played that are friends of mine, not necessarily stuff that I've added. And it's really good because it gives you an easy way to discover new music without having to really do any real work. For example, here, this is something I've never added. It's the new Roots album. It's supposed to be quite good.
But it does cost money if you want the local app, mobile app for Rdio and Spotify.
Yeah, but it's $10 a month each.
Pandora is free, and I would also recommend 8 tracks if you want to download playlists.
I haven't listened to 8 tracks yet. There are, these aren't the best ways to listen to music necessarily, but they're incredibly convenient especially if you spend a lot of time in the car on the phone and you have a good data plan. And no new iPhone is complete without a game. This is Tiny Wings.
I think it's our favorite game.
This is the
from this
best
year.
bird-related game on iPhone.
100% agree.
Absolutely, yes.
Way better. This
Yes.
is
Than the other one that we won't even name.
this is positive affirmation for birds. Look, he has very small wings, yet he can still fly.
Yep.
This is a go right game. It is a really simple game. You tap to go down, and you go up by swooping well. I am doing very poorly at this game right now, but you collect coins. You can go to different islands. There are infinite number of things to do, most of them involving going right and swooping.
This is a good-looking game. I like this.
It has a very nice art style.
And I love that
It's a little bit laggy because of the way we're capturing
Yes.
right now. It is super smooth on the phone.
The challenges for each level, each stage that give you rewards change, and so there's a lot of replay value.
Yeah, so it's, instead of just being collect 4 stars on each level, it literally you'll do 3 things and then you get a complete set of new things to do that may not involve going further than you went before. They may be, don't collect one of those blue dots that makes you go fast, or don't collect any coins until the 3rd level, or
play the game upside down.
And it's probably worth mentioning that any lag you may be seeing is actually coming from the AirPlay, not that's not on the phone itself.
Yeah, in a perfect world, we would have probably not captured this exactly this way. But I can't recommend this game enough. It is incredibly
I
inexpensive.
love the art style. It's almost like Sgt. Pepper's or something, It's got that kind of old school, kind of surrealistic feel to it.
Well, it seems very hand-drawn.
Very kind of Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, it does.
Dr. Seuss, a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lovely game, and it's fun for kids, it's fun for adults. It's fun for the dog. You should try it. It's Tiny Wings.
So those are our essential iPhone, iPod Touch apps. We'll have more iPad apps coming up real soon. What's your favorite app, Norm?
I'm gonna say Instapaper.
Instapaper.
Yes.
Gary?
I like Shop Savvy and I like Instagram.
I love Instacast. I think this is the year of the Insta. I think that's what we
Insta.
learned. Insta. We'll be back with more app later. Till then,